Okay, so now just to learn a little bit more about our esteemed panel here, I want to do some rapid fire questions, and we did not prepare them for this, so it is really off the cuff, but the first question is, who is your favorite leader? Lynda, do you want to start?
Sure, absolutely. The first name, and we may not think of her as a leader, but the first name that pops into my mind is Toni Morrison. And I think of her as an inspiration from what she has brought to the table. The Bluest Eye definitely influenced me as a young person to recognize that the issues that face diversity and understanding or working to better understand how we all can fit in. So Toni Morrison has been by far one of the most inspirational women I think that I've ever had the honor of reading her work.
Cool. Christine, do you want to go next?
Oh, okay, I'm next. Let's see. I would say Nelson Mandela. That's the name that comes to mind right now, just because of his story, the fact that he was in jail and then he came out and changed the face of his country. I think he was a great man, and we have a lot to learn from his life.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Kara?
This is a tough one because a lot of names come to mind. Yeah. But one leadership trait that has always stuck out to me is that when somebody has a microphone and they use it to help others, like that is huge for me. So when I think of that, I think of Audrey Hepburn and her career after her film career. When she retired from the screen, she realized that her name meant something to people, that she could get into rooms and in front of large audiences because of her name. And instead of just, retiring comfortably, as she could have, she really, really campaigned for children around the world, especially children in war-torn regions, because of her experiences growing up like that. And that's always so inspiring to see someone who doesn't have to step up, doesn't need to, but realizes they have a platform and is going to use that for good.
Yeah, fantastic. Next rapid fire question. What is your favorite leadership quote? Christine, we'll start with you.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me. My favorite leadership quote is from Shirley Chisholm. She said, if you're invited and you don't have a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. So I love that quote because that just summarizes my life. I've been in spaces where there wasn't a chair for me and I've brought my folding chair. And I always like to add an extra part to it. I say, don't only bring a folding chair for you alone. Grab a sister, grab another woman, and let her bring her own folding chairs so that you two of you with your folding chairs. So yes, that's my favorite quote.
Oh, I love that metaphor. Awesome. Okay, Kara?
I think of Madeleine Albright, and I'm going to paraphrase here. There's a special place in an underground, very hot spot for women who don't help other women.
Oh, okay.
I just think it's so important, to give a hand up to somebody else.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I've been using this quote an awful lot lately, and it's one of my favorites. It's a Desmond Tutu quote, and that is that we need to stop fishing people out the bottom of the river and find out what they're jumping in. So basically, we need to go upriver and see what is causing the problem. And I think that we've touched on really briefly as far as women and getting engaged and getting them engaged in understanding what this process of leadership means at a very, very early age. I think in terms of, again, career development, we really have to start this at the very earliest possible time so that we don't have to be fishing people out the bottom of the river and that we're giving them transportation to move to the next place.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
Amazing.
Okay, and final rapid fire question. What do you like to do or what would you promote in Central Pennsylvania?
Well, I'm a foodie. So I love the restaurant scene around here.
True.
I feel like there's always something new. So many different types of cuisines. So many immigrants that have started restaurants too. And I feel like there's always something new to try.
I also love to eat. That's the only reason why I work out. So I can eat.
I can eat more.
Lynda?
this probably may surprise you about me, but there's an Audubon hawk watch that I don't think a lot of people realize. That is, I think it's in Newville or that area. You kind of hike up some rocks, and it's for real, an Audubon hawk watch. And we have, dozens of kinds of hawks and eagles and all kinds of things that are right here that come and roost. And it's amazing to watch these fantastic raptors up and flying in the sky and enjoying the valley.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, at first I thought you said hog.
Like, I know, it's a hard thing to say. Hawk. I can say that in my New York accent.
Okay, Christine?
The parks. I don't want to say I'm a nature person, but during COVID 2020, when we're shut down and we're looking forward to do, my daughter and I will go around, drive around, and we'll, got our sneakers on and we'll walk in the parks, and I discovered a lot of amazing parks around. I love nature. I love that aspect of Central PA, that you could just park your car somewhere and just walk in the nature. So, yeah.
Well, thank you all for participating in our rapid fire questions.